Alright, so we're going to install a vent to go here because these vents don't blow very well. So started off by taking the vent covers off the side, which reveals 4 screws, big Phillips screws, Phillips heads. So we took those out, popped off the hot cold and the fan deal, and lo and behold, look at this. That right there, that keeps the air from blowing out the vents. The vents have not been near as efficient because look how this should be blowing straight down this tunnel. Straight down that tunnel right there. Should be going straight out the back. And you can't, look, all that needs to be gone. So I'm going to get all that out of the way. And I'm also going to add a new vent thing. Alright, so I'm just going through cutting these things about over there, and then I'm just coming from the side and just cutting it down until I get all this stuff removed and it's flush with the edges of this vent. That's fine. If we're going and make me a little vertical cut every now and then, makes it a lot easier to cut it horizontally. So after fiddling around with the scissors, I found it's just easier to get an X-Acto blade, and you just could work around the edges. It's just a lot faster. Wish I'd have done that from the beginning. Alright, so now that all that excess has been trimmed off, we'll be able to, you can see it's flush. So now we're going to get full air all the way out. However, I've already gotten a little circle vent. I'm going to go in and we'll cut a hole right here for that little circle vent so we can aim it down into the bottom bunk, and or down on the dinette, wherever we want it, or towards the front, depending on where we need the air to go. Alright, so now we're in my shop. Pulled everything out, so looks like I'm going to make an inner diameter circle right behind, you see where this is? The vent actually, kind of all that stuff was pressing down. You can actually see the vent opened up right behind there. So right about the start of there will be where we'll make our circle and mount that vent. So it looks like the inner diameter of that circle is about 4.5 inches. So I'll translate that up here and give me a 4.5 inch circle right up in there. Alright, after using my handy dandy Dremel to cut out the hole, I've got my vent that will go underneath here, 4.5 inches. And like I said, this thing will spin around, so just 4 screws and we're done. Alright, my little screws, I don't think these were the screws that came with it, I just found them. But anyway, so that's how that works, and we can rotate it around. So let's go put it in the trailer. So before I bring it out there, this is the back side. I don't know if y'all can see that, but anyway, screws poke out just a little bit. I could probably cut those off with my Dremel. We'll see if they get in the way. I don't think they will. Alright, so I'm just putting the filters back on. There's just a little tab right here and a little tab right there. Same over here, so that's fine. You slide it up underneath one. Kind of bend it up a little bit right there. It'll pop over the other one. Ah, dang me! Ah. Alright, so now we're putting the little screens back on. There's a little tab on one side. You see it right down there. And there's another one right here in the top. So you just kind of bend it up and it taps in between those two. And that is done. And we get our little externals right here. Similar thing. Got a tab, 2 tabs on one side, one on the other. Slide those into their appropriate slots. Push your little tab in that's right there. Push that up and in. And one side done, do the same to the other, and we're finished. It's really hard to do this with one hand, but anyway, there's those 2 tabs. I found it's easier to go in first, right there, and then you get these other 3 little tabs in. You do the center one, and the end one, and then the other end one, curl them up and push them in, and then they lay flat. Voila! All is done. Got our little center vent. We can aim it down at the dinette. Aim it back at the bottom bunk. Or aim it to the front. Over there. So it just depends on where you need it, or shut it off all the way.